Pastor T here. Welcome to another version of Changing the World podcast. One conversation, one change at a time. Be the change you want to see. Y'all guys know how we do it. Here with Channel 13 News today. And you know how we do our podcast. We use it for the community. We use it for different things. So we're talking about our potholes that we have here in the Oaks community. Behind the Walgreens, it's a service road, and these potholes are pretty big. They stretch the entirety of the road. A little smart car got stuck in it just a week ago, so I thought I'd reach out to Channel 13 and Jerry Hume. He came out once before, as you guys know. He took care of our problem coming out of the exit onto Pleasant Hill Road behind Walgreens. So I said, why not give them a call and see what we can get done about it. So they're here today, and we're going to take a ride up there so that they can look at the potholes and see if we can get someone to take responsibility for fixing our service road.
How has podcasting changed your life?
Well, it's given me a look into things that I really never cared about at one time, especially being a black man from Washington, D.C. I grew up in a very great family and everything. I never wanted for anything. We weren't in poverty or none of that kind of stuff in D.C. My dad always made sure we were good. But later on in life, I suffered from drug addiction. And then I wound up 30 years of my life being taken over by that. So when I got clean and sober and I came out of it, I moved to Ocala, Florida, 2005. Lately here, my wife and I, when I married her, we've been married for 9 years now. First Lady Jonetta is her name, and you see her pictures here with us. We decided to do the podcast so that we can really speak to the issues of life, because there are a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. They're afraid to talk about. Everyone's expecting government to fix everything. And we're like, why don't we try fixing it ourselves if we can just talk about what the issues are? One of our main pet peeves is we try to talk to the black race because we're mad about bad white cops shooting and killing us. So hands up, don't shoot. Black Lives Matter. But when we're killing one another, what's going on with that? So we really talk to that about the black community coming up, being more unified. And so we try to speak to love on our podcast. So it's just simply giving me an opportunity to really make a difference in someone's life. Who? We don't know. It depends on who's watching. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So when they log on, we ask them to comment, and then we come back and talk about what we may have heard.
What do you like about podcasting? Like, the people you can reach and all that?
The fact that it just gives us, it makes us family, I think. We get connected. Some people do log on while we're on the show. So it just gives us an opportunity to reach out and show people that you are loved. A lot of people took their lives during the Christmas holiday. Why is this? Why are people deciding I'm 60 years old. There are people that are dying at my age due to certain can't pay their bills. Men, fathers are shooting their families and taking their own lives simply because of financial hardships, man. So we do our best to try and talk to those specific situations, and then sometimes we speak to it biblically. Other times we do our research on certain things. We do it statistically, but for the most part, we do it from our heart, and we let people know before you pull that trigger, before you commit that act of suicide, before you beat your wife to death, before you do these terrible things, reach out for help and see if you can get some help. So that's the main purpose of our podcast.
I'm going to change angles.
All right.
And so, how long have you been doing this?
This is our second year, believe it or not. Just our second year. When we first started, we actually was just Zoom only. So that Zoom is by invitation. So some people would log on. We'd have 15 people. Then other days we'd have one. Sometimes it was just my wife and I. We decided to go restream because it just broadens our connection. We're all over the world now, you know, so it gives us an opportunity to just reach anybody. We don't care if you log on or not, because it's my wife and I. Sometimes it's me doing little shorts, but all you do is hit a button and go, oh, hey, who is this? What's this? Podcast. And that's what most people are doing, and they're looking at podcasts. A lot of podcasters are out there. And what I try to get these podcasters to do, it's fun to do quirky stuff like TikTok and all this crazy stuff that's going on. You got to laugh, you got to have fun. But we also say use your platform to bring together, to unite one another, to show what love really is.
Okay. And then I'll move over one more section here. Let's see. I can get a different cool angle. And you've kind of already answered this, but we'll ask again. How does this allow you to connect with your community?
Well, you know, social media is the big thing now. Nobody makes phone calls anymore. Everybody's texting or using some kind of social media to communicate. And so me, at being my age, you know, growing up in DC and you know, I came from the big cell phone, payphone era, you know what I mean? So everything's social media now. iPhone this, iPad that. So this gives us a platform to simply reach everybody, no matter where you are. If you got YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter in China, then you're going to see us. If it's in Afghanistan, you're going to see us, you know. So it just lets us get our message out, and we're not limited, because like I say, when we were on Zoom, we were limited just to who we invited. But now, man, we're broad now.
Perfect. And so I'm going to get some shots of you doing your thing with my cell phone.
All right.
So I'm not even here, and I'm just going to move around and get some shots. That's cool.
Well, he's not here, but you guys can see him. He's in the background, you know, hanging out with old Pastor here. So, you know, guys, you know, we all got through.
Are you talking to the microphone?
We all got into our Christmas holiday. We got past it. We did very well. You know, there was some, like we said, who didn't do so well, you know, and my wife and I, you know, y'all guys saw the last podcast we did. We had our family over. We wished everyone a Merry Christmas, and we just kind of shared about the thing we were grateful for. So, you know how we do it on our show. We, you know, numbers are great. You know, we ask you guys to comment on what you hear and all that. And we're not getting a lot of that right now, but we're 2 years into the podcast. So we're patient. We're not worried. We're going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're going to keep on bringing you great content. We're going to keep on talking about the things that matter, not only to us, but I think to you as well. It's just that we're all afraid to share and talk about what's real in our lives, because we don't want people knowing our business. So, you know, in closing, what we want to do is just continue to reach one another through our platforms. And remember what I said, guys, those of you with social media platform, you know, use your platforms to reach people that are in need. Use your platforms to share what it means to come from a situation that may not have been so great, and then you're on top of the world and you're doing okay. You know, share that. As we said, we're not a ministry, not a Bible study. We are a podcast, which allows anyone, whether you're saved or unsaved, we don't care. You can come on, log on with us, you know, view our content, comment, leave your comments. Let us know what you're thinking about what you heard. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We simply want to try to create a dialogue so we can stop blaming all these things, all these people that we want to create as a problem. Black people, I speak to you all the time. I tell all of y'all, stop blaming others for why you're not making it, for why your situation is what it is. Remember, the ghetto was a beautiful neighborhood when they first built it. Wasn't no such thing as all of that. And then, you know, we move in and we tear it down, we rape it, we mess it up. Drug dealers come in and rape the community, and we do nothing about it because we're scared, we're afraid. And we allow a 17-year-old teenager to hold an entire community hostage with an AK assault weapon, and he's 17. What's going on with the adults in this community? So what we try to do is just make sure that we say, hey guys, listen, we're here for you. Comment on our show. Remember, guys, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We love you. God bless and keep you till we meet again.